It's a problem. But we can't sit down. Libraries, I don't know if they are still existent. They exist, praise God. But do people go? A little. And they're critical thinking. A lot of us in this, our young generation, we're very superficial in our thinking. We don't know how to think deep. Some people, you can't even lead them with their own thoughts because it's all zigzag. How do you want to produce well if you can't stay with a thought and dissect it, break it down until it makes sense, and you are able to come out with action plans to take to execute that idea? How do you want to be rich? It's not. I wanted to say something, but I keep it to myself. Right? So let us go back to the art of studying. Some people, even Bible, you can't study. It's a problem. Right? If you want to stand out, apply yourself to difficult things. Apply yourself to things that stretch you beyond your usual capacity. You will surprise yourself that you can actually do it. Do you know there's nothing impossible to the human mind? I'm not talking about with God all things are possible. That's one thing. That's another level. But I'm saying the natural man without God is a force. I'm always fascinated when I see the ship on the sea. I'm like, who do am? Who built this? Who thought about the fact that we can keep this gigantic thing on water and it will not sink? How? The human mind. You will go and buy tickets from Arik. You will probably enter something that is carrying you in the air. The human mind. Somebody said, how do we travel cross continents without all this horseback riding and trekking? And they came up with the concept of the airplane. The human mind is powerful. Your mind, you don't know your mind. Let me tell you, your mind is the most powerful computer. Is it not human that created computer? So who is more powerful? Computer that be human being? Ed, answer now. The AI, we're all shouting about. Who do I? The human mind is so enormously, endlessly capable of anything. But we are comfortable with everyday life, bread and water. That's dangerous. Because let me tell you, when you stand in front of your maker, he's going to ask you a lot of questions. He's going to ask you a lot of questions. So innately, even without the power of the Holy Spirit, which is another thing, you have the capacity to do anything. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. And even if I don't see anything else, and I'm not trying to charge you up, I'm telling you the truth. Facts, given. No matter where you are today, your level, your experiences in life, your failures, your disappointments, you are 10 times bigger inside than you look on the outside. And that is another reason why you should never look down on anybody. Because you don't know. Tell your neighbor, you don't know. Even me, I'm not finished knowing myself. How do you want to know me finish? You can't. So, intellectual intelligence is so important. Developing yourself, reading, pushing yourself, refusing to settle. It's not just about going to school. It is a personal decision to refuse to settle. Right? A poor mindset will waste a rich opportunity. It will waste a rich opportunity. Give two people the same opportunity, they will handle it differently because of the mind. So please, if there's anything I want you to determine to do going forward, is to harness the power of your mind. Dedicate time to read, to think, to journal. Dedicate time to strategize. Only if you call yourself to a strategy meeting, sit down and say, this problem, how are we going to solve it? How are we going to crack it? If you think deep enough, and it's also the quality of the resources you give your mind that will determine the kind of thoughts your mind will give back to you. Do you see? So, the question is not, do you have money? The question is, do you have the mindset that can attract, keep, multiply wealth? Because even if you won a lottery today, with the wrong mindset, is going to fizzle away like a joke, right? And then the financial intelligence is, of course, the last intelligence is financial intelligence. And this is the part that everybody jumps to and likes to talk about. But financial intelligence is actually the fifth and the last, right? Not the first. And I like to say, money responds to mastery. Money responds to what? Money responds to what? And to master money, there are 4 things under this financial intelligence aspect. Number 1 is income. Number 2 is savings. Number 3 is investing. And number 4 is simplification. I call it the ISIS model, but it's not the ISIS you know. ISIS. Income, savings, investing, simplification. It doesn't get simpler than that. You must have income. Hello? You must have a starting point. Right? Whether it's a job, Rich told us that he had a job for a period, Abby. And me, I have a different mindset too. Working a job is not bad. It's very good. Not everybody is going to be an entrepreneur. But who is going to work for the entrepreneurs? Who is going to support the vision of the entrepreneur? So some of us are actually built to support visions. And it's okay. Can we normalize it? I love supporting people's visions. If I sit down with you with your own vision, by the time we're done talking about your vision, you will not know what I said. Is it my vision? Is it your vision? By the time we expand it and we strategize and we break it down, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. That's what I do. That's my own job. My job is to support your vision. Right? Just that I'm building a system around how we can do that for more people. But is your own line starting a business or starting businesses? Is it working with somebody's business? Just make sure that you are excellent at it. The pastor that I would say raised me, in quotes, when I was back in school. Hello, he's not an entrepreneur. He doesn't have, I don't know if he has other businesses he does, but primarily I know him to be an investment banker. An excellent one at that. And he's a pastor and an investment banker. This man is bloody rich. So if you combine 20 entrepreneurs with their small businesses, he will buy all of you. But he's not an entrepreneur. And I'm not saying don't be an entrepreneur. Do you understand what I'm saying? Find your path and stick with it. Don't be intimidated or don't feel like you're doing less of what somebody else is doing because you're not in business or something. Find your path, stick with it, determined to be excellent at it. Right? So income, your earning ability is the beginning of your financial journey. If you are not earning anything, how are you going to save? How are you going to invest? When we're having these conversations, you just be like, yeah, clock it. But you're not clocking nothing. Right? So income generation, your income earning ability is your greatest financial asset. I usually say, and I mean it, that if I've not always lived in Jos. I grew up in the West. I schooled there. Lagos, Ogun State, This man that brought me to Jos. Please, let's put a hand together. Let's put a hand together for my handsome, wonderful husband here. God, for all the single ladies, you will marry well. Amen. Anyway, I've not always lived here, right? But I always say that if I find myself anywhere in the world, I will create value. I will make money. Right? So that's the mindset I want you to live with. Value creation leads to wealth creation. We're not just looking for who will dash me money. Where will I get the next 2K from? No, we are not that 2K generation. They are not here, right? Urgent 2K people, we are not here. Think, what value can I create? Whose problem can I solve? Whose desire can I bring to manifestation? Because usually, what pain can you solve? What challenge can you solve? What desire can you bring to life and bring to manifestation? When you constantly think along these lines, you are a person that will constantly create value. And if you have a problem, sir, you have a challenge, and somebody says this is the solution, will you pay? You will pay now. So it's not always about there's no money, there's no job, or things are hard. It's about what value are you actually creating. And now, can you create a system around that value you're creating such that it can be multiplied, to be offered to many people? So it's either you're selling something that is affordable, that can be sold to many people, or something that is not so cheap, but the few people that will buy, it will make sense. Do you see? And even if you are working in an organization, how can I position myself to become that go-to person? When I was working in the bank, Excel, anytime somebody had an issue with Excel, they said, my name, please. And it's not as if I knew everything about Excel, but I won't say no. So when I see people calling to ask certain questions, I'm like, Google is really your friend, So even when a challenge is brought to me at work, I don't say, this won't pass my power. I'll say, okay, give me some time. We'll figure it out. The one that passed Google, I begin to pray on my seat. Oh Lord, show me. And it does. I've had experiences like that with even Excel. I'm looking at the Excel sheet like this and I'm saying, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I have to perform. Show me. And you say, okay, all right, do this, do that. If you are still practicing Christianity that the Holy Spirit does not talk to you, you've not started, your journey is far, but it can be shortened. Be willing. Okay, God that created ears is not deaf. The one that created mouth, he speaks. And he wants to speak to you even at your job, not just on Sunday morning. Holy Spirit has helped me to solve complex Excel calculations. And my boss will be like, yeah, I knew you could do it. This is God, sir. Right? And that's how you even shine as a believer. Because you know that any problem will bring, and then don't be running away from problems. Some of us, you've come to work, you've clocked in, you've done the one they are paying you for. Before, if you close by 4:58 p.m., nobody dares bring you anything to do. That's not the way to go. Am I saying always, stretch, overstretch? No, but I'm saying as long as there is a problem to be solved, be the one to solve the problem. Guess what is going to happen? You're going to become invaluable. Is the word invaluable? Someone that the value is much, is invaluable. Sometimes English. You become invaluable. I've heard a story of a lady that worked so much with her boss that when he got to the point where the boss didn't know so much about the business anymore because this lady was constantly there. And then one day she said, "Ma, I want to resign." She said, resign and go where? She said, I got this offer. You say, no, you cannot resign. Imagine. She said, no, I'm not accepting this resignation. What do you want? This is someone that's been working on a salary. And she was like, Ma, the offer they made me, I don't know if you can match it. I said, what do you want? Okay, I'm willing to give you equity. Okay, equity of, even if it's 50-50. You can't go. If you go, what's going to happen to the business? She's not out of the business, so. But guess what? This lady had served, she had proved herself, she has given so much value that the boss was like, we die here together. If I will transition you from employee to partner. So she said, okay, you know what? I will negotiate with the other offer I got because I still want that offer, but I also want your offer. So this is what we'll do. We'll see how we can work with them virtually. Thank you. We'll see how I can work with them part-time virtually so that I can remain in your team as a partner now because I still want that equity. So guess who's calling the shots now? But it didn't take her 1 year, 2 years. She stayed and she worked. Right? So what am I saying? I'm saying be a person of value because it is valuable people that can generate income consistently no matter the environment you find yourself. Right? And then 2 types of income. Active income, which is the one that you exchange your times for, and then there's passive income. And passive income is built on systems, right? Other people's time, other people's money, is what you use to build passive income. Let me give an example. So you work a 9-to-5 job, you earn a salary, you take part of that salary, you begin to buy shares in an organization, and maybe it's a dividend paying type of share. So they pay you dividend from time to time, and the value of that asset you bought is growing over time because it's a good company you bought. Guess what? You are no longer working actively for that particular money that you are earning, but income is coming from them. So that is the major difference between active income and passive income, is that you are working actively for one, meanwhile the other one, you're building systems, you're purchasing assets that can help you to generate income from them, even without, exchanging time for money. Because the goal is for you to arrive at the point in your life where you don't have to exchange time for money. Do you understand? Where your assets and systems you've already built, they are working for you. I know you heard the let's make your money work for you so that you don't work for your money, Abby. Am I losing you? Right. Active income and passive income. Shall we understand? Okay. So active income is what you earn by working. Passive income is what your money, earns for you. Right? So ask yourself, how am I developing my earning ability? These questions, write them down and actually ask yourself. I said something at the beginning. It's not just about hearing them. Anybody can hear, but it's about what you do with what you hear that will make the difference, right? Are you increasing your value? How are you increasing your value? The second thing is savings, right? So the money you are earning actively from your job or your business, and business owners, say hi. Where we will reach Young Hula organize another conference for business owners, because you can't. There has to be a system where you pay yourself, right? There has to be a system where part of that money is going into investing, right? So saving consistently is not always about just the amount, but the habits. If you don't save 10,000, you will not save 100,000. I promise you. If you cannot save 10,000, you will not save 100,000, because it will be scratching you. Your mind is just like, I have 100,000 somewhere. You'll be making plans. You're making plans with your savings, right? And your savings is supposed to be that point of leverage that you can use to begin your journey towards investing. Do you understand? Is it making sense? All right, I hope it is. So it's first of all about even developing delayed gratification. Who remembers that time that people were saying, spend your money or you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow? You remember, right? I pity you. Spend your money because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, you answer tomorrow, right? That mindset is not every trend that we embrace as believers. Hello? So every financially stable person has a system that helps them to set a portion aside, right? Set a portion aside so that you can begin to build. Because see this thing called investing, it works sweeter when you have time, right? Because there's a principle called compounding. Compounding is when you've invested a particular amount of money, right? And then the interest on that money is added, and then that interest is also earning money. Do you understand? So it's now growing not in arithmetic progression anymore, but in geometric progression, right? So compounding sets in when you are saving and investing consistently, right? So we said you must have a source of income, right? And that comes from creating value. And then we said when the income begins to come, you must create a system that allows you to save, to set aside, some money consistently. And with tech now, it has been simplified. You can set standing orders. You can do auto debits, right? If you have PiggyVest, for instance, you can instruct the app to deduct a particular amount of money from your account monthly and then put it in one or two investments without you sweating or breaking a sweat or thinking about it. Leverage technology, right? Even if it is 5,000, and I know some of you here, the way you are looking sharp, you can even do 50 or 100 every month, right? But start with what you have. Start where you are, but start. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, start. 2026 is around the corner. Start. Right? Start. And if you've started, be consistent. So, I'm not talking about no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that have foresight. People that are going far. They know you cannot get out. Right? My time is up. So, income, savings, investment, and simplification. You don't have to increase the lifestyle to the level of income that you're earning. Even if your income is increasing, simplify your life. Tell your neighbor, simplify your life. Live a simple life, because it will give you the opportunity to invest more. Right? If you start earning ₦1 million today monthly, for instance, not everybody don't have to know. Not everybody has to know. Keep wearing the clothes you are wearing. That shoe is still okay. Wear it. Right? Independence that we so desire. There's so much to be said, but I hope that you pick one or two things from this session. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Did we gain value from that first session? Okay, I'm not here to say so much, but please, just for 2 minutes, the state manager for the Small and Medium Enterprise Development of Nigeria, like I mentioned, is here, and she's going to be coming up just to say a word of greeting to the Nigerian flag.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I have to go for another event. I'm very happy to see the crowd here. Actually, when I got the letter, I thought I would send somebody, but I thought let me come and see how far we're going in Plateau State when it comes to entrepreneurship development. And this crowd really has impressed me. Also, the first speaker, please listen to what they have to say. Sam Okosio, there are a lot of entrepreneurs now in Plateau State that are doing well, and I believe you will all join them very soon, and you will all succeed. I don't want us to keep on thinking of Plateau State as a civil service state. We want to be successful businessmen. Even me, I'm a Gashi. I do meet at my age, so it's never too early and it's never too late. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir. And I think that's very important for me to note that when we visited them at their office, there's something we're going to be doing here. How many of you are business owners? If you're a business owner, you have a business. We have work to do. Not plenty people, but what? Wait, if you have a business, you're a business owner, let me see your hand up. Okay, great. Now put your hands down. Now, if you're a registered business owner, let me see your hand up. Your business is registered fully. It's literally like half of the number. So, one of the things that Smedan had promised us when we had that meeting, and I think it's a very good place to clap, is that as many people in this place as have not had their business registered through the Smedan scheme with the CAC, Smedan has offered to register your businesses for free. that something good or what? Thank you. And these are some of the solutions. These are the practical things when we say Just Finance Conference. See, we need you to be wealthy, because if you are wealthy, then all of us will be wealthy together. And so, if there are federal government grants, I'm sure many of you have heard of so many grant schemes, but there is this thing inside of you that say, whether I apply or not, they will not give me. How many of you have that? How many of you have that mindset? Including me, I have that mindset. But then when we went to their office, that mindset was so debunked, and they said the reason is because, one, you have this mindset, two, your business is not registered. So how the federal government disburse money for you? And they're actually giving. They are. So we're going to be registering businesses here, and for already established businesses, we're going to be showing you how to go through to get this amount of money. But don't clap yet. When you get the money and you make the profit, I don't even know what they call tithes. Hello. All right, thank you very much, sir. We're so grateful for having you here. And at any moment from now, he's going to take his leave. So please, one more time, a round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. And we are very honored. Later on in the conference, I am going to let you people know exactly how we're going to go through with that. The mobilization team outside on the registration desk are fully ready, to take all of your details, and then we'll do all of the necessary processings, and then we'll send them down to Smedan. Once again, thank you very much, sir. And I think I'm out of your faces until I come back again. Thank you. Really?
a finance conference. We are all serious. Are we not serious? Very serious, but we like to play. I like to play. Who likes to play? So let's welcome our first musical act, Annie Dema.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. How are we feeling? I'm not looking like we've learned. Are we thinking about the things that we were taught? Because I know I wrote a lot of there are things that I do not know. Yeah? So I'm going to be singing a song today. It's titled Free. And I'll teach you a little part of it before we we can all sing now, right? Yeah. I'll try. I'll not make it difficult. Says, oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Easy. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. You're not adding that last part. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Sorry. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. So let's sing it together. Oh, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Go again. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. I have to sing this song now so that all the things that we said that you have been doing, you are free from them, Abby. Yeah. I'm ready. Oh. Should we keep singing?
Good morning. It's a beautiful morning.
Oh, yeah. I see clearly now. Vision wasn't retro. I couldn't see the red flags. You had me trapped, trapped by your lies, beautiful lies. Finally, I'm letting go of all the pain of yesterday. It feels like a holiday. It's a new day. Want to spread my wings and fly, and fly. Want to spread my wings and fly. Want to spread my wings and fly, and fly. Want to spread my wings and fly. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, yeah. Oh, free. I'm free, I'm free. Want to spread my wings and fly. Want to spread my wings and fly. Want to spread my wings and fly. Oh, I'm free. Thank you.
All right. I don't think that, thank you. Yes. Oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I always love karaoke because, you know, you get a chance to punish other people than just your neighbors. Are you really free though? Are you feeling free? See, they're not though, they're very caged. Are you free? Okay. I don't know about you. I really enjoyed that performance. I feel like you deserve to clap some more for her, right? At the finance conference, freedom from all the knowledge that's kept you chained. Keep clapping now. So you're losing it now. Okay, you can stop clapping. Thank you. Thank you. That was an incredible performance. I don't know, the media, are we ready for the video of Sis Money? Finally, if there's no money coming out of this video, media, are we ready with the video? Anybody? Oh, it's our video. We're creating the video. Abigail, is that you? Okay. A round of applause as she comes back to stage to tell me what to do, please. Thank you.
So our video is ready. So media, please give us our video.
Born young Nigerians and Africans have in April of 2022, a journey began. A movement born out of the sheer hatred for the mediocrity that young Nigerians and Africans have been almost forced to accept as the norm. It was the first Jos Financial Mastery Summit hosted the gospel according to finance. We had the amazing Faith Fasiran serenade us with some good music. It will surprise you to know that one of our keynote speakers was there from the very beginning. Ifemade Kunat. In line with the mission of this movement to bring people out of poverty and into a place of financial freedom, we presented certificates to our trainees, equipping them to conquer the financial world. There was so much love and joy in the atmosphere, as though they knew that they had just made history, being the very spark that would light up the financial inferno. Were you there? What started as a small movement in a small hall metamorphosed into what we know today as the Jos Finance Conference 1.0.
Welcome, and I'm so privileged. I was telling Paul that he puts me on the hot seat. Do you know what it means to be the first speaker? And I consider it a great privilege to be here today. This is really emotional because about a year ago, my brother at the region had an event similar to this in a very small, I think the place was like half of this, very small room, and it was amazing. Do you know why it was amazing? Not because there were so many, but because the people that were raised from that event are still standing till today. And I want you to know that you're here for a reason. So
Because financial freedom is indeed a journey, guess who was back to continue the gospel according to finance? ePay giant. Oh, but he wasn't alone. And this time they were joined by another envoy, Blessed Bulus. Oh, they delivered. You mean to tell me you still weren't there? Do you remember him?
Icon Boaz Korede opened the Just Finance Conference 2.0 with a bang. At the Just Finance Conference 2.0, the journey continued, but this time, bigger and better. With the theme, Thriving Needed to Learn to Indeed, and lives were indeed transformed.
I know you weren't there, but are you here now? It was a mind-shifting conference. We had people from every facet of life, every occupation, every stride. As it is our culture, the love and the joy was palpable, as though they were more sure this time that their financial futures would take a positive turn forever. Life has given you a fair opportunity to be part of this journey, to build solid relationships, meet great minds, and fellowship with men and women with an insatiable hunger for more beyond what is now perceived as the norm. Our convener,
Paul Rich, High Recan.
the man whose vision sparked a wildfire, the quiet force behind a loud movement, the one who looked at a generation drowning in financial confusion and said, "Not on my watch." Rich didn't just start a movement, he started a journey. So I ask again, are you here now? Life has given you another chance to be part of something bigger than you. Today, I welcome you to the Just Finance Conference 3.0.
You here? When you're physically here, so let me try to sound like the voice there. You have to now find voice that is better than my own. All right. So the question: are you here? Okay. You're here. You're welcome. You're here. All right, so moving on to the next one. Before then, a quick announcement. We have incredible people amongst us from the deaf community. So is there anybody here who knows how to sign so they can help? Oh, you do? And you will volunteer. Amazing. Please, a round of applause for him as he makes it really up. Bless you, my man. Bless you, my man. So perhaps you stand somewhere here so you can help sign so they can see. Yeah? But let's hear your name. It's your volunteering. Incredible guy. What's your name?
My name is Solomon. Olobatuke Solomon.
Solomon. Wise guy. You know, right name. Alright, so our next. Are you guys ready for our next speaker? Are you guys ready for our next speaker? Are you guys ready for our next speaker? Okay, great. So our next speaker, this one. I was going to say don't give me bio because it's my guy. I'll just see the tea from my hand. Okay, 1, 2. Let me read what was given. Mr. Samuel Williams Akosua. I feel like the name already is enough. Mr. Samuel Williams Akosua. He is a Nigerian serial entrepreneur and founder of Simplicity Concepts Group Limited. His ventures span technology, agriculture, real estate design, and well more, reflecting his focus on innovation and sustainable growth. Through the Simplicity Foundation, he supports capacity building, tech empowerment, and community development. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation and a round of applause, please make welcome Mr. Samuel Williams. For the next 45 minutes, we're going to be under his voice.
Thank you very much. When I just leave that altar, leave the altar, and I just want us to gist. So you can sit down, From my mom and some people that don't like me, they've been seeing visions that I'm going to be a pastor, and I reject it in Jesus' name. Hallelujah. Yes, I reject it in Jesus' name. Do you want to be married to a pastor? You see? By God's grace, I have my very beautiful wife here. And my name is Ina. Singles don't suffer. Okay. So 10 times better. 10 times better. I have some things I scribbled down and some practical stories I have that we'll talk about. And I'm looking forward to the question and answer session. So I'll be very brief so we could ask questions. As my guy read, sometimes when they read this introduction, I wonder if I'm the one they're talking about. And it's funny when they add this grammar and all that. But we'll be talking about few things, and I have five truths about wealth. 5 truths about wealth. I think that's what we'll be talking about, and we get to ask questions. It is an absolute honor to stand here in your presence to talk about finance. They say if you own a business in Lagos, you are tough. But if you own a business in Jos, you are doing more than what the tough can do. Jos has a unique challenge of mediocrity. A lot of things that easily will be taken for granted in Jos will not be overlooked out of Jos. There are a lot of business strategies, a lot of things that are done here in Jos that will not be done out of Jos. To a lot of people, Jos is slow. To a lot of people, Jos is slow. And I can see few people that are taking advantage of this challenge in Jos and building wealth with them. And I would open our eyes to some sectors that I feel we can tap from maybe at the end of my session. In times like this, motivational quotes are not enough. You cannot deposit your hustle in the bank. You cannot pay your staff with your passion. You certainly
cannot fuel your car with vibes. I'm here today to speak on the topic, the absolute truth about building sustainable finance as a young entrepreneur in the digital economy. The absolute truth. And like I said, I have 5 truths that will go over. For many young entrepreneurs here on the plateau and across Nigeria, the digital economy just sounds like something very easy. You on your ring light, you dance, and people give you money.
Wanna stop this sound though? I know. What's up? Nah. Wanna calm down? I never enjoy my wife reach that side though. Now pursue me.
Shall we stop here? So we are covered. Praise the Lord. Okay. The digital economy just sounds easy. It sounds fascinating in this generation where people, you on your ring light, you dance. For some ladies, I think some guys shake your bum bum, and you get monies. Sometimes you get paid in dollars, and that is it. That can move you into riches, but you can never be wealthy in doing that. It's a fact. You can get rich, you can earn few change, you can do a lot of paparazzi online, but wealth cannot be built by that. And a lot of young people are distracted by that. They think the $20, $10, $50 that they make by doing all their TikTok challenge is actually true wealth and riches. And I'm here to debunk that. We think it means buying a laptop, getting a ring light, learning a skill, and earning in dollars immediately. Yeah. The digital economy is actually not a magic wand. It is a microphone. And that's where I'm heading to. It is a microphone. It amplifies the value you have. The first speaker said, money is synonymous to value. The amount of value you dish out is the amount of money that you get in return. The digital space amplifies everything you put out. Abi, if, like Job, your voice is bad, if you use a microphone, your voice gets worse. Abi, are we together? Good. So if you have value, then you take it up on a digital space, your value is amplified. Abi? It seems we'll continue asking these questions like this. If you don't have value, the first attention you would attract are people without value. They call that type of attention pandemic. A kind of attention that just comes. You create the negative press for yourself and you are gone. Like Terry G. That type of. We have some artists in Jos, I would mention their names, but not today. They just come and you don't see them again. You attract because you don't have the value to sustain what you are doing. You don't have that thing inside to sustain what you're doing. The first speaker actually taught some of my points, but let's go deeper into them. The first truth, and I want us to write, is cash flow is king, but structure is the kingdom. Cash flow is king, but structures is the kingdom. Cash flow is king, but structures is the kingdom. In the beginning of this year, as a company, we had the theme for our company is scale. We wanted adding to what we already have. We want to expand what we already have. The furniture aspect of the company, the fashion aspect of the company, other aspects of the companies. Around August, I noticed that the real estate part of the company was doing very bad. It was not doing well because our attention was focused on, thank you very much. Our attention was focused on the other part of the company. The real estate part was not doing okay. And I could not shift my attention to get that working because I was scared that if I leave, the company would suffer. I would say I didn't really trust the hands I had in the company to handle a lot of things. The first truth says cash flow is king, the structure is the kingdom. Now, I started training my team, starting from my wife and going down to all the management staff. I started giving them, like replicating myself in them. I gave them books to read. Priska, have you finished the book I gave? Good. I gave them books to read. I sent them tutorials. I registered for paid trainings and courses for them in the bid of building a structure that I can live and they would run. Because if I am there, a part of the business will not do well. So I started the trainings, I started pushing them. At some point, Priska will frown her face. She's actually our head of operations. She will frown her face when I say, you don't leave the office until I leave. And Priska is somebody that once it's 5, by 5:01, she's already at the gate. So I said, you don't leave until I leave. So I was doing all this deliberately to build structures that I can allow to run the business when I'm not around. I'm building people that will do what I naturally do. Structure is the kingdom. Without good structure, whatever we are doing will end as a pandemic. You start, but there is nothing to sustain that which you started. Without good structure, there is nothing that will stand to answer questions that naturally you would have answered if you are there. From the 1st of October, I finally decided it was time to go. So from the 1st of October, I was not in the office, I was handling a project somewhere. And for the first 2 weeks, I would go to the site with my laptop, hoping my team will call me, sir, there is something we are trying to do, we can't do, we want you to help us to do it. Every day I would go to the site with my laptop, but from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. when they close, nobody calls me. At some point, I started feeling useless. I started feeling, why these people know they need me? But it was part of building structures. As entrepreneurs, as business owners, as people that have built something. If you have a working system, there's a point where you start feeling useless. And it's actually okay. It gives you the opportunity to focus on other important things that will grow what you started. Started building structures. I will tell them, attend social meeting for me, and I will ask for feedback from the people they attended the meeting with. There was this time that my friend Niken approached them for this thing. I would have that differently, but I was happy with the way they attended to him, without my input, without my interference, without anything, which shows me that, see, in this aspect, handle it like this. In this aspect, handle it like this. I wouldn't know that there are lapses if I didn't allow them to handle what they did. And I got feedback. Building structures. Yes, that cash flow is okay. A lot of people will say cash flow is king and all that. But a structure that sustains the cash flow is actually the kingdom. In this part of Nigeria, in this part of the world, a lot of us have this hustling mentality. Our speaker said she don't even like the word hustlers. We have this hustling mentality. Let's go out, let's make the money, let's spend the money. I happen to have this friend, was it 2 years back? This guy works in a federal organization. He has savings. He gathered his savings, took 3 different loans from 3 different cooperatives in where he was working, gathered like 65 million naira and used it to get married. Like he gathered everything like this. This my guy took his wife to be to the US and bought 2023 wedding gowns. 19 pieces. Brought them back and they did one reception in Jos. They did another one in Abuja because he has plenty. And some people that attended the reception in Jos, he flew them to Abuja to attend the second reception. On that same day, the guy was balling. 3 months after his wedding, his salary was not coming complete. His salary was coming 39,500. The house he was staying before he got married, like he rented the house before he got married. So 3 months after he got married, their rent was 2 months left. Immediately, a woman that they bought 19 wedding gowns for, she will actually do 180 degrees, so belly enter. So immediately she was pregnant. They have a child coming, their house rent has expired, his salary is 39,000, and depression set in. He said the woman is a witch. That immediately he married her, everything crashed for him. This same guy is a just guy, and he has this mentality of let's do it when the Zayin Magana came. So the next thing, Oga will go out, get high, come back home, and beat the hell out of his pregnant wife. She reported him to me, and I called him. He said, how many of us understand Hausa here? Okay. That he swear to God, his wife is a witch, and this and that and that and this and this and that. When he explained his own side, she explained her own side that there's nothing good that comes out of her mouth. Anything, if she just even good morning, bah! Anything. After hearing their story, I now said, both of you are stupid. To cut the long story short, we carried this wedding gown. We sold the wedding gown. We got some money, and the guy started pressuring me to give him the money, that there's something he wants to do with it. And I told him, Oga, tell me a business you would want to start and employ people to run, because I know he cannot run the business. Tell me a business you would want to start and you would want to employ people to run, then I will gladly use your money to fund the business. This guy will come and say, his wife is sick, she's in the hospital, he needs 1 million naira. I will refuse. The next thing, I got an invitation from the police station that I'm holding his money to ransom. When I was invited, before I went, I called the commissioner of police. No people, no, okay. I called when she was talking about relationship, I'll get there in my notes. But I called the commissioner and told him this is what is happening. They invited me to social station. He said, get to the station and tell the DPO your name. I went, told the DPO my name. The DPO, good morning, sir. Commissioner, okay, just sit down in my office. They brought me Maltina. This is my guy that reported to the police, was like, so after the whole back and forth, we sat down and I told him I will not give him the money until he comes up with something he wants to start up with the money. His wife is not a witch. His wife did not bring bad luck to him. They both joined their hands and did what they did to themselves. Because I don't see my wife agreeing for 19 wedding gown. She will. I recently mistakenly bought a car. I almost bought the car. And I almost started sleeping outside. Thank God, the Holy Spirit prevailed. I did not buy the car. I know that. Okay. The money he gave, and this is a sector I would want our eyes to be open to. That money that was with me, I saw a distressed property. I used the money to buy the property. 2 weeks later, we sold the property with a 50% margin on it, without renovation, without anything. And I called my guy. I said, this is your money within my hand. I don't use them do so thing. And now the money now so amount. If I remove my cord, your money is remaining this amount. He said, hey, that is the business I wanted to do. Yes, that is the business I wanted to do. And today, he's still working in his federal organization. We join monies, we buy properties, we sell, we split profits and all that. We have a system that handles that part of our business. It's not a business. So, cash flow is king. Having a structure to handle and sustain the cash flow is the kingdom. My friend Niken here owns the best yogurt brand in Jos. And there was a time, I don't think he will make that mistake again. There was a time he went online and posted they've sold 10,000 bottles. 50,000. He posted it. My guy now called me and was lamenting that some people sat down somewhere, calculated the money in his account. Without proper structure, you can't even count the amount of yogurt he has sold. Structures are divided into 5. The first one is having a personal structure. A personal structure. A structure, and a personal structure talks about discipline. As a person, there are things that you cannot do. As a person, there are things that you cannot say. As a person, there are places you cannot go. Personal structure, it must not be a sin, but there are things that you naturally cannot do. I don't drink, I don't smoke. This is one of my own personal structure. A lot of people will see me and be like, Kariani, but truly, I don't. I'm a person that sleep. If I am at home, I sleep by 6, if possible. You will never see me at night outside, except I'm going for a meeting and all that. Recently, I was outside till 8:30, and after every 5 minutes, I'll call my wife on video call and I'll tell her, I'm still in this so place, so I'll be home very soon. But having a personal structure directs what you can and you cannot do. Having a personal structure. The second one is having a numbers structure. A structure for numbers, that structure for money. Once you've been able to have that personal structure as the owner of the business, you cannot dip your hands in the company's account. As the owner of the business, you cannot do this. As the owner of the business, you cannot pay stack founder your staff. As the owner of the business, having a personal structure, there are things you cannot do. Do you understand? Having a structure for numbers. I have a strict structure for numbers. A strict one. My wife, in the beginning of the year, she said, I want to start an adashi where I would save 100K. Last year, 100K. This year, like this coming year, 2026, she said she wants to start another one that they save to 200K. And I was laughing. Now, I have a group of friends where on a weekly basis, we do adashi of 5 million naira. On a is on its way, but right now we need like 100 bags of snow. That's like $1 million naira. Hey, God, it is well. The next thing that will come out of her mouth is that adashi I told you, blah 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 blah. And numbers will show you that the little is valuable as the much. If because sometimes you tell me, babe, I don't have money to put in that adashi, and I will need. As a person, as a business owner, having a number structure will tell you, like as Ika said, you have what to spend, you have what to save, and you have what to invest. I will add a little bit to that. The savings part, save with a goal. If you just start dumping money without anything, the likelihood of you spending that money is higher. I make it a point of duty in my number structure that no money comes into my hand without a plan. Before 10,000 naira comes into my hand, a plan of 10 million naira is already in my hand. So you will always meet me broke. A lot of people would, if I get to show you my inbox, you'll be shocked. It only takes divine intervention to eat my money now. You have to pray, and the Holy Spirit will just minister, see, help this person. But before monies enter my hand, there's a plan in my hand that as soon as the money drops, it moves. Before, have you noticed that if you have monies that you don't have use for, your car will just develop faults that you don't know about? Is it only me? They will just call you that one of your cousins is sick. They will call you that mostly, and you cannot not listen to the call of your own mother. Once you get money that you don't have use for, your mother will call you that she has back pain. Is it only me? But as soon as money drops in your hand, it meets a plan in your hand. Immediately it drops, you move it. That's part of my number structure. I have a plan, and money meets the plan in my hand, and it executes the plan. Your plan can be 10 million naira. 100K enters your hand. You save it. You are saving with a plan. You cannot just sit down and continue dumping monies there without anything. One day, a Ponzi scheme will come, and you'll be like, I have 1-2 million somewhere. Okay. You say if I put 2M now like this, in the next 1 month, I'll get 5M. Because that money there, there's no plan for it. You just carry it. Put. The next 1 month, just like CBEX. Have a numbers structure. The other structure that you should have for yourself, for your business, is have a feedback structure. Have a way that you get to hear everything that you dish out. Just as I am here talking, they are recording this, I'll go back to play it. Have something that people would send back. Okay, you did this, you did that. I enjoyed this, I didn't enjoy that. Have a feedback structure. With feedbacks, you get to adjust some of the things that you did. My team members would finish doing what they want to do, and they would come back and say, this was how I handled this was what I did, and this was how I did. And I'll say, okay, next time, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. We encountered a challenge recently in the company, and they were finding it hard to navigate the whole thing. Emotions were going high. Some people wanted to sue, some people, everything was just, the HR was confused, the head of operations were, everybody, they needed a way to navigate. I I came to the meeting and I was like, instead of doing this, do this, do like this, do like this, do like this. Have a feedback structure. If I'm not hearing what is going on and how things are being handled, I cannot tell them to do things a certain way. Have a feedback structure. Have something that tells you what out structure is. Have a learning structure. You are not created to remain where you are. You need to keep learning to improve what you're doing. My father-in-law used to be one of the best textile designers in Jos. They have this machine they call Tinko. All these we elders know that machine that one hand is under, you be turning it. So all this embroidery, they do it, but they do it manually. So imagine having these designs in your head, like this one you are wearing. Somebody will manually do it. My father-in-law, I don't think people still take designs to him. Not because he's not good, not because he was not the best, but we now have monogram machines. And my brother-in-law, his son that learned how to do the manual one, is now an expert of using the automatic monogram machine. We have a couple of them in the office. He knows how to handle the automatic one. If you have a learning structure, you will not go out of vogue. You will not go out of style. You will not go out of vibes. Are you people giving me signal? There's a structure that Yorit Yogurt built. You will see the outer flow, you will see the outward branding, you will see the branding color. In Jos, we have Maxi Shawarma and we have Max Shawarma. You will see the outward branding behind these brandings. Don't confuse the trend. Today you are a forex trader, tomorrow you are a builder, next tomorrow you are a tailor, you are an eyelash extension, anything that is in vogue. Hilda Baci just did her hookathon. Tomorrow another person is doing a pussy-a-thon. Everybody is doing, you are just following what's trending. But I can tell you for a fact that before she did that her hookathon, she spent months, if not years, planning for it. If you don't copy the plan, if you don't copy the structure behind it, I bet you will fail in whatever you are copying. So don't go with the trend. Don't go with what everybody is doing. Copy the structure before you copy the business. The third truth is soft life is an enemy of your startup phase. When you are starting, there are some things that you don't have the luxury to follow. everybody is buying an iPhone 17 Pro Max. You don't have the luxury for that because you are starting. Every income that comes in your way should go towards building the structure behind it. Everything that comes in should go towards expanding, should go towards working on growing what you already have, not trying to prove that, okay, you don't reach. The fourth one is the lone wolf mentality is a monetary trap. She made mention of something that the lady was offered up to 50% equity. That means the owner of that business knows what it means to lose her. And she's willing to give 50% of that business because she knows if that staff is not in the business, she will be having 100% of nothing. So it's better to have 50% of something than to have 100% of nothing. A lot of young people in Jos are this, I am the MD, I am the CEO, I am the founder, I am the who and who, Nine Wuka, Nine Nama, but their bank account is as empty as their ego. So a lot of, before it was a trend, I am CEO of this, I am CEO of that, I am this and that, but check their bank account, you know that they are CEO of nothing. But you can actually partner with somebody that will bring value into that business. And in as much as you are not 100% the owner, you have 50% of something that is actually valuable. I have a business that I own 42% stake in. Before I got my partners, that business barely generates ₦1 million in 5 years. But my 42%, without me doing any active hustle, is generating way more than that. So it's better to have 2% of something than having 100% of nothing. CEO by name is useless. Munganiba, the last one is your reputation is your most valuable currency. That's the real truth. That's the last truth. Your reputation is your most valuable currency. In this digital economy, there are some trends, there are some things, there are some words that you will not see. I have seen posts on Facebook about my position in the society, then I will delete everything and I will insult the people in my mind and just drop my phone quietly. Because I have gotten to a place where anything I say has consequence. As people that are going and growing, anything you say, you'll be held, because somebody that posted on Twitter that he used to do things with animals and all that. It was all vibes. But right now, that thing has cost him something. As people that want to build generational wealth, I just saw my brother Collins here. In one of my PhD courses, you guys can add the doctor to my name. I've not made it public yet, but just you can add the doctor to my name. One of the courses was learning how to shake, like handshake. I was studying the whole thing, it was not making sense, everything was just somehow. Then I met Hollis, and he held my hand like this, looked into my eyes. I just remembered the course, and I was like, God bless you, my brother. Your reputation, after you've done all these 5 truths, if you want to be successful, if you want to earn generational wealth, you must start by earning generational respect And you can't end it without audacity. And your audacity starts from how you look, how you walk into a place, how you shake the people you meet, how you talk to the people, and how you represent yourself. Hello, my name is Samuel Okposio. As if Samuel Okposio is something very, or someone who is very important. You don't enter a place and my name is. Be bold, be audacious. There are doors that you cannot enter without audacity. Have the eye to discern the type of people you relate with, because there are people that are padlocks and there are some that are keys. There are people that will help you have access to places, and there are people that will deny you access to those places. The last thing I want to say before the questions, the last thing I want to say is that in all, I know you may have people of other religion here, but in all, have something that you look up to, someone that you look up to that is greater than yourself. Have a spiritual covering that is greater than yourself. If you obey these 5 truths with the help of He who is greater than you, you are unstoppable. Thank you very much.
So, all right, thank you very much. I know he said something about questions, but we'll take the questions later. Well done. See how he's sweating. Clap some more, ladies and gentlemen. I know that I learned quite a number of things just from sitting down listening, and I don't know about you. I'll tell you one of the things that really stood out for me. You have to have a plan before you get the money that you're looking for. You know, a lot of us believe that, 10 million will change my life. And you ask them, how? Let me get it first. You know, a madman with 10 million naira is not a millionaire, it's just a madman with 10 million. So if you've not changed from the mindsets that you had before, you get the money, you still blow it on the mindset that you had before. So I've shared with you one thing that stood out for me. In 2 seconds, turn to your neighbor and tell them something you learned from them. 2 seconds only. If nobody is telling you anything, you sat in the wrong seat. Pastor Tiza, you sat in the wrong seat though. All right. I see all of you. Some of you have started gisting already. So we'll get into the gisting part. Ladies and gentlemen, as we make welcome once again our convener, the rich young ruler. Hands of applause as he comes up to tell us what to do next.
Victor Bell is here to say hi to all of you. Victor Bell will say hi to everybody. I promised him I was going to do this when I get on stage. Okay, so 2 things very briefly. One of the things that we love to do at the Just Finance Conference is not just talk. The 2 keynote speakers that have spoken said 2 things very, very deliberate, and that is the power of your association, the kind of people that you network with. And he said something profound, Samuel Okposio. He said, know people know. Well, if you don't know people, you will not know what he's saying. Know people know. It's Nigeria where I know people know. Know people, pay the price to know people in high places. And when we say know people in high places, some of you think that the people in high places were born into high places. We are not born into high places. Some of the people in the highest positions were once like you. And I have this saying that if you become friends with the president when he's already president, you became friends with the president too late. Do you believe that? If you become friends with the president when he was a boy, when he was a youth, when he was in the university, when he was a struggling entrepreneur, that would have been the best time to become friends with the president. And seated here, there are presidents. You guys believe that? Someone's neighbor said no on their behalf. You see what I'm saying? I told you, your enemy might be beside you. There are presidents seated here. Do you believe that? There are captains of industries seated here. Do you believe that? There are... I saw a picture of Samuel Okosio in 2014 when he started saying Simplicity Hub is one of the biggest entrepreneur community on the plateau in northern Nigeria. In fact, when the state director of Smedan came here to talk, how many of you noticed that he mentioned William Okosio? I'm saying the state manager of Smedan, Nigeria, came here and recognized only one person. We are coming. But I'm saying, wait, hold on, don't clap here, don't clap. I'm saying that when I saw the picture of Okosio in 2014, designing something on CorelDRAW or something at the time, he did not look like this. He looked slim. He had not married Nirat yet. Very slim. He looked like me in that video that you guys saw. What I'm trying to say is that immediately after now, the most crucial part, or one of the most crucial parts of this meeting is going to be happening, and that's the networking session. Now, how many of you got the networking slips, cards? How many of you? Okay, if you don't have it, let me see your hand. Alright, so protocol, I need you guys, please keep your hands up. That slip is very important. We're not collecting it, it's yours. Now, on that slip, there are 10 questions. And then there's a place for names and phone numbers. Now you meet 10 different people. So each question for a totally different person. Now if you don't have the slip, they are in the house and they're going to be giving you those slips. You should meet 10 different people. Ask them those questions, get their names, get their numbers and keep in touch. But please, do not be a liability. Always bring value. And while that is going on, it's going to be a little, I mean, you can stand up, go around, and at the time, please stay with me. Just out there, it's a time for you to stretch your body too. Just outside there, just in front, there is a lot of vendors, our partners, that have brought stuff to sell to you at very discounted price. So for those of you who want a little bit of snack, water, soda, yogurt, every single thing, right there, just outside the foyer there. Outside the foyer, there is some vendors, so you could do well to patronize them. But I want to say this, that this session is going to last for only 20 minutes. And by 15 minutes, sorry, because by 2:55 on the dot, we're going to come back with, I think, one of the most explosive sessions of this conference, which is the panel session, and all our panelists are in the house. I think that's a good place to clap. All of them, all our panelists, they are seated here in the house, and it's going to be very engaging, real financial conversations. All right? So immediately after now, once I'm handing over this microphone, that's what we're going to be doing. We'll network. I mean, music will be playing, you can network. You can take pictures outside at the red carpet, but please, I don't think that this is the time to go, because immediately after our last speaker, we did not announce it. We did not announce it so that we will bring people of value to this hall. There's actually going to be a lot of giveaways. Now in our previous conferences, we would announce on the flyers there will be giveaways. This time we did not announce it so that only you guys that are here will know that there will be giveaways, and people will be winning amazing stuff. And so we'll be walking out of here richer than they came, because we're going to be giving our money too to young entrepreneurs. Is that a place to clap or not? If you reach your turn, don't give. All right. So just before we go out for this networking session, permit me to do two things. I may not be able, if you guys notice, I have tried my best not to call names of the dignitaries that are here, because I will miss some. I will really miss some. And so I'm just generalizing it for everybody. Very important people are here. and we're so glad to have each and every one of you. But permit me to recognize the deaf and dumb community. They are right here. I think it's a very good place to clap. This is a very inclusive conference, and we have members of the deaf and the dumb community. And I think I said that's Nen James, right? That's Nen? Oh, that's her, please. I think that's one very big advocate for the deaf community on the plateau. It's so good to have you here, Nen. And thank you so much, Solomon, for doing this. I could not, even if I tried. We would dance together, And then finally, last year, I introduced something that I'm a part of. And at the time, we did not have a proper structure to bring people into it. Last year at the Just Finance Conference, Christine made mention of something, and I climbed on that. Christine said, there are no shortcuts to success. How many of you remember when Christine said that? There are no shortcuts to success. How many of you believe that there are no shortcuts to success? I believe too, there are no shortcuts to success. However, there are ladders to success. If you want to be successful, there are no shortcuts, but there are ladders. You can literally climb on the giant of shoulders. And one of the reasons that I have gotten to the place where I am today, and I'm able to do some of the things that I do very effectively, is because I'm not alone. I am fully backed by a particular organization that is not just an organization. It is more than a family. It is a global movement. The older generation knew this more than us, and it is our turn to pass the baton to our generation. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best places that a young person can be today, I usually adjectify it as, the closest I can say is a society, a secret society. Well, remove the secret, but a society. And I'm going to be introducing it today with the ESCOs. Please put your hands together as I bring on stage two ESCOs from the Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International, in the person of Pastor Ugochukwu and Pastor Babalola Adekola. Please, very quickly, I need to know this. Now, a lot of people have asked, what exactly is the Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship? Now, the Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship is literally a place where young entrepreneurs and, in our day, young creatives come together under a very conducive and wealthy atmosphere for spiritual and financial conversations. Now, the Full Gospel is not just a meeting, it's not just a fellowship, it's literally a community and a family. And for me, I really believe that if you're a young person and all you are a part of is the Oblate community, if you know the Oblate community, you're a suspect. And all you are a part of is those WhatsApp groups where you guys clock it every single time with hot tea for the girls. Or part of those WhatsApp groups. You are in every WhatsApp group that they are doing put 10,000, get 50,000 in 3 minutes. You are in all of those associations, but you've never had you've never been part of something extremely meaningful, a family that converges to talk about the place of spirituality, the place of excellence, the place of creativity in Kingdom Finance. I want to invite you personally to the Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International. These two executives that are here, I am part of the Rayfield executive chapter, and right here is our vice president, Pastor Babalola. He was here last year, if some of you remember. He was at the JS last year. And while I'm a member of the Rayfield executive chapter, God has graced me so much that this year, I think some 5 months ago, I was made president of the Rayfield New Generation chapter. And this right here, Pastor Ugochukwu is my vice president. And so what's going to be happening is right there at the foyer, they are going to be there. right? They're going to be there. If you want to be a part of the full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship, all you just need to do is put your name down there. They will give you every other detail that you need to know. They will be right there before you. So when you're stepping out, they're right there for you to see them. And let's do this together. Amen. Thank you so much, sirs. Thank you, and God bless you. Just before we go for our panel session, someone very important is here. And for this one, please, she's very, very mad at me for doing this because she categorically warned me. But her warning was that I should not bring her up on stage. So I will do that because the Bible says, children, obey your father and your mother. The woman who gave birth to the rich young ruler is right here. Oh, okay, that's right, they're not clapping. I'm beginning to know them. Just Finance Conference, please help me celebrate my mother, Mrs. Christina Carrica. And I prayed one prayer at GFC 1.0 for the audience, and I'm going to pray it for you guys here. I pray that your parents will watch you succeed. Okay, I'll say it one more time. I pray that your parents will watch you succeed. Amen. Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for honoring and coming. And my little brother is there too, Moses Hurricane, right there. Thank you so much for coming with Ma. Alright, so no more wasting your time. I'm out of your faces. Now we have just 10 minutes. I'm sorry for taking 5 minutes of the time. 10 minutes to network and get something outside. And at exactly 2:55, we're going to be back here for the panel session. So take out your networking card, take out your biro, and you are at liberty to go around the hall and meet whoever it is that you have been wanting to meet. Even the ones in front, there's no restriction. But don't be too distant. The bouncers are here, so please be careful, meet them, network, and let the sound people give us good music. Thank you very much, and God bless you. See you at 2 p.m. $145, please, not $245, $155. Not $255. Thank you. Please go ahead and network with as many people as you can.
where people do not network with nice people. Hi everyone. Or is it that you who are not nice people to network with? That's the problem. Please, if you know you met one or two very, very wonderful people, can you wave? Sister, can you wave at least? I met someone that we met last year at JFC and we networked, and I saw her today. I said next year, 4.0, we're going to do 2-year Thanksgiving service for everybody. Alright, so hold your networking partner well, so that maybe we'll do contribution, we'll create group chat, Thanksgiving. So now to the panel that we're going to have, I'm going to invite our anchor, the person of Blessing Dakas. Can she please come to the stage?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you. All protocols duly observed. My name is Blessing Dakas, and I have the honor of being the anchor for today's panel session. Thank you so much. A round of applause for yourselves, guys. A round of applause for yourselves. Are you tired? Okay, so we have 4 amazing panelists that would take us through an engaging session, and so I'm going to read their bio. And so please, I'll crave your indulgence that as I read their bio and they come up on stage, you please help us make them feel more welcome by giving them a resounding round of applause. So the first panelist I'm going to be calling up on stage is Mr. Victor Bello. Victor Bello is a visionary change maker. Yes, thank you. Victor Bello is a visionary change maker, author, a serial entrepreneur committed to building an ideal Nigeria. He's the founder of the Victor Bello Foundation, a director at the Adachi Home, and an influential figure in the e-commerce industry. His tireless efforts towards promoting peace and sustainable development earned him an ambassadorial recognition from the Universal Peace Federation. Round of applause, please. Thank you. As the mind behind the Almajiri Scholar Scheme, Victor is dedicated to providing access to quality education for vulnerable children, breaking generational cycles of poverty and empowering the leaders of tomorrow. He is also the convener of Made for More Africa, which is a transformative platform inspiring young Africans to rise above limitations and unlock their full potential. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a resounding round of applause to Mr. Victor Bello. Thank you. Our next panelist is Mrs. Kibapi Nzol Misaki. She is the founder and creative director, of Kipsy's Confectionaries, and a visionary creative whose work beautifully intersects design and culinary artistry. An architect by training, she has carved a unique niche for herself as a passionate professional baker, fondly known as the Bakertect. With her refined understanding of the elements of design, she crafts exquisite cakes that are as visually stunning as they are delightful to taste. She's a resilient goal-getter and with an unwavering commitment to excellence, and she consistently demonstrates the rare blend of creativity, precision, and discipline. Beyond her remarkable craft, she is an articulate and engaging public speaker. Please help me welcome Mrs. Kibapi Uzomisa. Next on the list, thank you. Next on the list is Mr. King Saundu, and he's fondly called the Apostle of Success. He's a seasoned speaker, a prolific writer, and a visionary mentor committed to shaping a generation of purpose-driven achievers. He's the founder of School of Success, JOS, and it's a mentorship platform, dedicated to empowering young people with the knowledge, discipline, and mindset required for lasting success. He's also the creator of Money Monday, which is a weekly online series that delivers practical financial literacy insights to a growing audience. He's an alumnus of the University of Jos, the Colonial School of Ministry, and the African Business University, among other notable institutions. Please help me welcome Mr. King. Please, round of applause, please, Secretary. Thank you. And last but not least, we have Mr. Niken Chuan. He's popularly known as Brother Niken. He is a marketing powerhouse, an entrepreneur, a songwriter, and an anointed gospel minister dedicated to transforming how people think about business, creativity, and finance. He's the founder of the widely acclaimed Yorit Yogurt brand. Thank you. Which has sold over 59,000 bottles, demonstrating his exceptional skill in brand building, marketing innovation, and consumer engagement. He's also the author of the impactful book, How to Use More Than 24 Hours in a Day. Sounds like a superpower to me. Where he blends timeless entrepreneurial principles with practical result-driven strategies for personal and professional growth. Please help me welcome with a resounding round of applause. And since he's the last panelist, please kindly give them a standing ovation as we welcome our four amazing panelists. Thank you so much.
This is what was looking for Jesus.
Thank you so much. Can I have a seat? Okay, so we are far behind time, so let's see where this session takes us. Thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor. I feel like I'm sitting amongst royalty. With Mrs. Kibabi. You are known as Baker Tex, which sounds, this is so amazing to me, Baker Tex. Could you please give us a quick rundown as to how you became Baker Tex, how you, at what point in your career you realized that you could incorporate your Master of Architecture into baking, and do you still practice?
When I met JDUA, people was done by him, like, hey JD, he's like,
thank you for your question. So basically, I have always baked alongside schooling, alongside the School of Architecture. It was not like baking before architecture or architecture before baking. I've always done them side by side. Or maybe we can say, I don't even know how to put this, but from secondary school I had already applied for architecture. But in the course of waiting for the admission, I started doing the baking. So there was architecture and there was baking. They've always been side by side. So I wouldn't say that there was a point of realization per se. I would say that they have always been good brothers. The baking and the architecture, they work hand in hand. All of them have to do with creativity. All of them have to do with excellence. So, and then one thing about design is that if you know the elements of design, you can apply it in any aspect of life at all. Some of the finest carpenters I know were my colleagues, either my seniors, my juniors, or my classmates in architecture. Some of the finest tailors, fashion designers, if you know Sally Waji, she was my senior in architecture, and she's one of the finest fashion designers in town. So you cannot set aside any creative work. I mean, you cannot separate it from architecture because all of them have to do with balance, proportion, aesthetic appeal, and all of that. So I think they work hand in hand. So they've always been brothers. They have never been separated. There was no point of realization.
Thank you so much. Round of applause, please. Okay, so Mr. Bello, recently you had a Made for More conference, and one of the points of interest was the fast money syndrome. Could you please shed more light on that?
Thank you very much. It's something I love to talk about a lot of times, and I feel very honored that you asked me this question. So yes, we did a fast money syndrome campaign this year, and we ended it with a Made for More conference. And I remember, so when we talk about finance, one major problem with finance is pressure to make money. And the pressure to make money now push us to do illegal ways of making money. I made a video about just encouraging entrepreneurs and telling them that your hard work still pays. And a lot of my team members shared that video. And someone made a comment on the video saying that this boy never takes poverty. Now why they say many people know the fraud? And in my head I'm like, poverty sat me down and told me that I would deal with it. And I said, strike a balance when we are saying, the first speaker said we need to make money, the second speaker we need to make money, second speaker we need to make money. Everybody here are all doing amazingly well. And we all need to make money really, but don't put yourself under so much pressure to make fast money. And I always tell people this thing that you have money in you that you don't even know. And I would want to give everyone an assignment here. We are all from different careers, we all do different things. Everybody here do different things. Now I want you to, we all use ChatGPT here, am I right? We all have ChatGPT, good. So if you can just take note of this assignment, I love that she asked me this question. Just take note of this. If you could just go, if you go back home, you can just do the assignment and reflect on the answers or the response you'll get. Ask ChatGPT, imagine you are, God forbid, imagine a scenario where one of your loved ones is held captive and they tell you that they need 5 million naira. I'm not saying kidnap, God forbid. And they need 5 million naira. And the condition is that you will not beg or crowdfund this money. You need to earn this money. You need to earn 5 million naira in 30 days. Now ask ChatGPT, hello ChatGPT, I am into this, I am into that. For example, I bake. I'm just giving an example. I'm a baker that. What can I do to make, or how can I bring down my income to earn? Someone should calculate 5 million divided by 30 is what? How can I bring down to earn this amount of money every day? Every day. For someone, let's say for example you make puff puff. That means you need to make maybe 500 puff puff in a day. And it's just to get 500 people to sell puff puff to every day. I'm just giving an instance. And it's very easy to do all of that if you narrow your how you make money in a day. So I'm just saying, in whatever you do, you would realize that you can actually make this money if you put in so much effort. If you put in so there are many ways you can make legit money than just thinking of doing fraud or thinking of the other speaker said all this Ponzi scheme.
Thank you for that question. So, in the Nigerian answer, we thank God. But then, getting more in-depthly into it, I would say that I'm truly grateful to God for the grace to discover all these things. Not even a lot of times, all the time. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. So I think I would want to start by saying it's not God, the Holy Spirit is who guides me to be able to balance a lot of things. Because you can work with lots of principles and still fall in error. Because the one that Mr. A did must not necessarily be the one you will do and will become lots of these principles. Not to say that there are no principles. So some of the principles I will say have been very instrumental for me. There's time management. So being able to realize that I'm one man with these many things. And if I'm not able to, for example, have a to-do list, if I'm not able to know what I want to do today, what I want to do this week, before you know it, one day is gone, 1 week is gone, and you're not able to account for it in the various things that you're doing. So being able to have to-do list, at least when you have a plan, when you have a goal for every day, for every week, for every month, for every year, it keeps you in check and accountable to the different things that are before you to do. And then I will say I'm thankful for the gift of an amazing family, my beautiful wife, and my father, mother, brothers. The truth is there's a kind of
you don't attain it as a destination. Like a dear mentor will say, you don't celebrate any achievement twice. There should always be progress towards yourself.
Because passion drives you to become the best version of what you're doing. You cannot give what you don't have. If you don't love what you're doing, you cannot spread love with what you're doing. So you're doing, just be passionate about it and love it deeply. You do it better. You would how do I put it now? You present more value to people because you love it, so you're giving them so much love in it.
Thank you so much. Did I miss you? Mr. Bello, I think I usually say that in a room we have a variety of people, different people are at different levels. So we have people that have businesses, people that don't, and all of that, but the question is directed towards people that feel like they have reached rock bottom in their business or in their career.
Beautiful things comes out of tough experience, and I am a living example. Something happened to me in 2023 that really changed how I
Senikan, with all the bottles of yogurt that you have had, that you have sold, 59,000 is an impressive number. How are you able to deal with competition in the marketplace, and what strategies did you put in place for sustainability? Okay, we have a second.
Yeah, so I will say my answer firstly goes along with what he said and what speaker earlier on said. I can cook, but I discovered that the best brands in the world actually succeed because of recipes. There's a procedure, they know how to go about what and what heat to keep and all of that. So I will say that's also say that another very important thing to the brand that has helped us to stand out over time is we just keep telling ourselves the truth, right? Some people don't like feedback. Anybody that tells them, I took your yogurt and this happened, this one is a hater. And until businesses and people learn to realize that feedback is actually for your good and not for your bad, you will continue to have challenges. And Just is very well known for that. They will hide behind your back and run down your business to the ground because they feel like when they tell you the truth, you tag them a hater. So if you are here and for any reason, any day you have issue with your YouTuber, please call me. You are not a hater. So I will say these are some of the things that have really been helpful for us. And then maximizing the digital space, social media, show up, post what you do, remind people, because you're not the only one. I tell people the big brands, MTN, Coca-Cola can keep at who you be. So thank you.
Who you be, ask your neighbor who you be. Ask your neighbor who you be. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. King, what practical, from experience, what are the steps that you took to navigate the digital economy? And what is your advice for people who are looking to go into online trading? If you can answer it anytime you have, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The first thing you need to understand is to learn. It's popular, but it's true. The more you learn, the more you intelligence, planning, and discipline. You must be disciplined. Discipline in handling money.
I have mentors, I have conferences I have attended, I have financial models, if I would put it that way, that I have affiliations and associations with. So I won't lie to you that I have flour for dance. I'm either teaching baking or I'm baking, I'm either thinking about baking, about to bake. or baking itself. Yeah, so, and when I'm not baking, I'm either in the classroom upgrading on architecture, I'm either running my master's, or I'm following one professor in architecture, or I'm doing one thing or the other. So, if I tell you that I read financial books, I would be lying, a gross fat lie.
And I'm already thinking, she says something about children, I'm like, okay, how can we work together? Because I'm already thinking of, okay, I do children, she do children, okay, how can we do something together? So, add value to that person's life, so in return, that person can give you something valuable. It could be money, it could be connect to, you don't just know, just be valuable to people who you network with.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So can amongst all the